Between 1953 and 1956, the luxurious Italian ocean liner SS Andrea Doria safely crossed the Atlantic 100 times. But its 101st trip would prove to be its last. The anchor of the Titanic was a significant engineering marvel. Manufactured by Noah Hingley and Sons Limited in England, it was the largest anchor ever forged by hand at the time. The center anchor measured 18 feet 6 inches in length, 10 feet 9 inches in width, and weighed approximately 15.5 tons. As the Nazi regime rose to power in 1930s Germany, a teacher named Mildred Harnack was secretly working to bring them down from the inside. First called the Pima Indians by exploring Spaniards who encountered them in the 1600s, these early Americans called themselves Akimal Oatam, meaning the river people. Known as the world's colored champion, in death-defying feats of courage and skill, Bill Pickett was one of the first black cowboys to make a name for himself as a rodeo sensation. Why was Erwin Rommel choosing his method of execution? According to his son's account, Rommel was able to choose how he would die, because of his service in Africa. In 1956, Venice witnessed an extraordinary event. For the first time in centuries, its famous canals were drained and cleaned. 52,000 men working, without a single machine, in a well 200 meters deep. Half the people carried heavy bags of dirt, up wooden stairs. The others went down the muddy slopes, sinking into the abyss. In 1910, Mayor Samuela Cromer, a rural schoolteacher in South Carolina, organized a girls' tomato club. Her goal was not just to teach girls, aged 9 to 20, how to grow better and more perfect tomatoes, but how to grow better and more perfect women. American Civil War veteran Jacob Miller, photographed in 1911, carries the unforgettable mark of history. A bullet hole in his head, obtained during the Battle of Chickamauga in 1863, was a testament to his survival. Left for dead, the Union soldier regained consciousness and lived for another 54 years. This is Nancy Wake, a fearless figure who became the Gestapo's most wanted person during World War II. Known for her bravery, she played a crucial role in the French resistance, defying the Nazis and helping to save countless lives. This is the only known photograph of American frontier legend, John "Grizzly" Adams, captured in 1856. Renowned for his remarkable relationship with wild animals, Adams was a famous figure in the American wilderness, known for his work as a hunter and animal trainer. Al Capone, notorious Chicago gangster, is indirectly responsible for the expiration dates on milk bottles. In the 1920s, when his niece fell seriously ill after drinking spoiled milk, Capone took it upon himself to launch a campaign for milk safety, ultimately leading to the regulation of expiration dates on milk. In 1950, Harrington, a German emigrant, ventured to a remote area west of Hudson Bay in Canada. There, he discovered a community in desperate trouble, and he soon became a key figure in helping them through their hardships. For over a decade, George and Willie Muse performed in traveling sideshows across the globe, including the renowned Ringling Brothers. Their remarkable story and captivating performances made them famous in the world of circus and entertainment. In Life magazine's Picture of the Week, on May 22, 1944, 20-year-old Natalie Nickerson was captured writing a thank you note to her boyfriend, a Navy lieutenant in New Guinea. The unusual gift she had received, a skull of a Japanese combatant, was promised to her by her late beau. This is Gavrilo Princip, the 19-year-old revolutionary who assassinated Archduke Franz Ferdinand. His act set off the chain of events that would lead to the outbreak of World War I. In 1838, a woman made a remarkable ascent of Mont Blanc, carrying 18 bottles of wine, 26 roast chickens, and a carrier pigeon. Why is this incredible feat only coming to light now? Mary of Teck became Queen Mary, consort of King George V from 1910 until his death in 1936. She was the mother of two kings, Edward VIII, who abdicated for Wallis Simpson, and George VI, the father of Queen Elizabeth II. In 1908, Puyi was crowned Emperor of China at the age of only 2. He was taken away from his father and mother, and placed on the throne in the Forbidden City in Beijing. In the year 1925, a man adorned in the traditional Kiribati armor stood proudly, his attire woven from coconut fibers and remnants of aquatic creatures. This ancient armor, hailing from the independent Republic of Kiribati in the Pacific, tells a story of a seafaring people. In 1928, an ice man in Houston, Texas, pictured delivering a 25-pound ice block. Selling ice was a big business during the 19th and early 20th centuries. Anna Haining Bates, who at 7 feet 11 inches was one of the tallest women to ever live, with her 7 feet 8 inches husband Martin Van Buren Bates. 1870s. Although the most famous cowboys of the Old West were white men like Roy Rogers and Billy the Kid, 1 in 4 of America's cowboys were African American. On November 14, 1957, over 100 high-ranking members of the Mafia from all over the world met at a farm in the tiny upstate hamlet of Appalachian, New York. In the late 1870s, Williamina Fleming, a young immigrant from Scotland, arrived in the United States, married with a child, only to be abandoned by her husband shortly after. Dragging Canoe, a Cherokee warrior and leader of the Chickamaugas, was born in one of the Overhill towns on the Tennessee River. He was the son of Attacullaculla, a Cherokee diplomat. He was recognized as the greatest Cherokee military leader. Peg, a captivating figure in 18th-century Dublin, made waves as a daring brothel keeper. When her affluent clients refused to settle their debts, she scandalized society by publishing 3 explicit memoirs. The boy pictured below was called Kalyulu, a 12-year-old enslaved African boy who drowned in Livingstone Falls in the Congo while working as a porter for British explorer, Sir Henry Morton Stanley, who also appears in one of the photos. The medieval box bed, known by its French name of lit cloche, is a bed built into a piece of furniture. It looks curious to us today, and it's somewhat of a novelty to climb into bed and shut the doors behind you, but 600 years ago this kind of bed was very popular, and it is making a comeback today.